You it's popping. Y'all come on in here. Say what's up. Give me a like, drop me a comment, something. Say what's up, yo. Somebody. Uh-oh, we might be being blocked. We might be being blocked. Hello, somebody there? Say what's up, say what's up, say what's up. Say what's up. Get on in here. Say what's up. Drop a like, drop a comment, give me a share. Let me know you're here. I thought they was blocking me for a second because of my little instrumentals playing. I guess not. I see some viewers popping in now. Say what's up, what's up, what's up. Who in here? Who in here? Say what's up to me. Drop a comment. Let me know you're here. I can't really see who's watching like that. Get with the shits in a minute. Give everybody a chance to get in. All right, what's up, peoples? What's up? Still gonna give it a second for people to get in here. We'll chop it up for a minute. If you're in the comments, say what's up. Let me know you're here. I can't really see who's viewing like that. Get to it in a minute. What's been going on with everybody? How's everybody's week been? It's about to be the weekend. I don't have much planned this weekend, but probably just chill around. I don't have much energy lately. I gotta start dieting. I gotta start dieting and working out. That's gonna be my new venture. I gotta get going with that. I gained a little bit back. I was doing good during the summer. I gained a little bit back, but I'm gonna get me a membership. I think I'm gonna go down to that Whole Life, the Jessica's gym down there. I think I'm gonna go down to Whole Life and get a membership. And they 24 hours, so I like that. So that's a plus for me. And so I'm probably gonna go do that. Speaking of that, like businesses thing, right? So one of my things I was going to talk about today was the small business crisis, right? That's how I labeled it, is a small business crisis, right? And I seen that Sweet Betty's in Leroy closed down, and they did an article on them in like the Batavia Daily News that was like, what did it say? They closed. They're closing because of problems with staffing issues in the kitchen. And I'm like, okay, all right. I've been hearing that a lot. And the problem, some of the problem, what it is with me is I feel like it's being put on the people, right? It's like we are the people, and you saying you can't get nobody to work, and nobody's criticizing the business, saying, "Hey, what did you do? What did you do to make it um make somebody want to come work there? What did you do to maximize your business, right?" And so like I just went creeping. I'm like, I threw in the comments on there like, "Hey, uh I've never even heard of it." Because I never even heard of it out there. And so I went to the Facebook page, right? And I stalked the Facebook page. And now every day. They posted every day, damn near. But they would just post the menu. They would post the menu of what they had, and that was it, right? So I did some real creeping, like some real creeping, right? And I went all the way down to when they first opened they Facebook, and it was like March 2020. And I'm like, well, that was the height of the pandemic. Like that was when they first started the page. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe business plans were going on like right before the pandemic hit and whatever the case was, but it was March 2020, like the last of March, and they opened their Facebook page then. And so I'm going up and I see they opened for business August 3rd, 2020. So they opened in the height of the pandemic, a business. And it's like, so there was definitely money set aside for different businesses that had opened up during COVID. So I'm like, I know they got money for that. Um Plus they took a gamble opening up a business during the height of the pandemic. Like I just that right there, that was a gamble itself. But then I'm looking at them when they first opened, and I'm like, okay, they were killing it on Facebook. Like they were sharing pictures of their food, and it was getting like 6 shares, 9 shares, or more. They were killing it. Like their food looked great. They had good ideas for their food. It was awesome. And then all of a sudden it fell off. And they just started writing things for like a few months. Hey, this is today's special. They were writing it out in a post. They did that for a few months. Then it went to just posting the menu for like a year, and then maybe like a plate every now and then. And I'm like, well, this is one of the reasons why you fell off. I mean, one of the reasons. There's a plenty more reasons why this place fell off. But right there, the importance of social media is what I've been preaching and what I'm going to keep preaching, because y'all going to see it happen right in front of y'all eyes. You have to be able to compete. And to be able to compete, you have to be on social media. That this is where everybody's attention is. So you have to be on there if you're in business. Not talking about somebody who's sitting back consuming. You should limit your time when you're consuming on social media. But if you're a creator or if you're a business person, you need to be on social media pushing your business as much as you can. I mean, it's damn near the same as a commercial. Like, wouldn't you like to have a commercial for for your business on TV, like being seen in front of millions of people? Like, that's how you got to look at it. You have to look at the social media platforms as something like that, to where you're going to be promoting your business to the fullest. And somebody has to critique these small businesses. You know what I'm saying? And this is myself included. When I say this stuff, I put myself in the same categories. I have to critique my business at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I got competition coming in now, so I'm like, oh, we got to get some fire under our ass. I got to start doing some shit. I got to make sure I'm posting. I got to make sure I'm coming up with some fresh new content. Um, we got to make sure we're on top of our game, because we have competition, and it doesn't come. Sometimes it doesn't come down to just skill. Like, you can have enough skill, but sometimes when people are in front of you, man, and it's that out of sight, out of mind thing. I stopped my Facebook for like a few months back, like it was a few years ago. It was before the pandemic, but I definitely seen the decline in clients. You know what I mean? And I've been cutting hair around here forever. You know what I'm saying? And social media is free. Yeah. I mean, you can even pay for your advertisement, though. That's the thing. You can even get on here and say, hey, I can boost the post for $5. and that they're going to make sure that that post sees at least 900 people or whatever, or it reaches 900 people. Not that they're going to, I guess, click on it or whatever the case is, but that's a lot for $5. I mean, imagine what you did with a nice budget, you know. And the thing is with the small businesses, this is the problem, right? Is a difference between some small businesses and others. Now, my barbershop is the small business. There are different, I guess, levels to it. There, when you have a diner in the food in the restaurant industry, that's a little more. You have to be on. You have competition with the rest of every big corp and everything else. You have competition that way, so you have to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. And I don't see that happening a lot. A lot of people, they I think they come up, they have a good idea. And what it is too, it's social media saying you can do whatever you want, work for yourself, you can do it, blah blah blah. And it's true to a certain point, but a lot of people don't put the work in first. They're just like, well, I have a good idea, I can get a loan to do it, and why not do it? And it doesn't work like that. I mean, I'm not saying it is with these people out in Leroy, the Sweet Betties. I'm not saying that's the case, but most small businesses, what we're seeing now, all these people trying to get into business, it's just people saying, "Yeah, I can do it," but they know nothing else behind what they do. Like when I first had my first barbershop, that's how it was for me. I mean, yeah, I learned the hard way. You know what I mean? Like I learned the hard way, and I didn't have any competition. That's where I was okay at that time. Like there was no competition. I was the first barbershop of this kind out here. So, and then it's even been like that for a while too. There's a few more now, but back then I knew nothing about business. I just knew how to cut hair, right? And I could have been way better off by now if I knew more about business then. But a lot of these places are coming in with competition, and they know maybe how to cook, and they know they got some good ideas, but do you know how to run a business? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you understand what it takes to run a business, especially the restaurant? Like that's a whole nother level. People come into the restaurant business and they have budgets set aside for advertising and marketing and things like that. I mean, it's not a joke. You have to put money into your business. And that's one thing that, you know, I've known that for a while. I've got comfortable myself because there hasn't been much competition. Now, I still am in my own lane, having just a black barbershop. You know what I mean? We don't got no more black barbershops out here. You know what I mean? So I'm still in my own lane. You know what I mean? But I do have to make sure we hustle harder to make sure we still gaining those clients. You know, we got lazy for a little while and competition come in. And I'm like, yo, let's go. I love some good competition, man. I don't mind it. Keep some fire under my ass, you know. But yeah, marketing your business and investing is key, and it really is. Um, I feel like that's definitely like a part that we got to start like looking at a little bit right now. When you have a business, like it's not just the part, like even I had to like think of other ways of how to market the barbershop. Like people just don't want to sit there and look at a haircut all the time. Like I can throw one up every now and then, everybody be like, all right, that's dope. But like if I was to post a haircut every day, like people would just kind of be like looking over a little bit, like on Facebook. Instagram is different. And that's the point, my point too, to some of this. You need to know your platforms. You need to know, what to post on these social media and what works for what. I mean, you're gonna go through and test it all, but yeah, I had to figure out different ways to market the business. That's why I started doing TikTok and shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the nowadays, if you don't have a TikTok and you're in business, you're just so slacking. You're just so slacking. You're just gonna be behind. If you selling food, especially like food and stuff like that, to where somebody they'll want to come to you and just get it, like, you know what I mean, like especially like my haircuts and stuff too. Like I'm working on some content that I'm going to start doing for like barbershop TikToks and all that. Maybe not like skits too much, I'll keep a skit here and there, but definitely more of just like showing the cuts and me cutting some hair and just doing some of the services, because that's going to bring the clients to you. And it's not just about just saying, hey, stop down to Royals Barbershop. No, I want to connect to you and show you the process, and yo, check how I do this and fading them up, and you can see how I clean my clippers, and you can see how I that's how you're supposed to do it. And then people are like, oh shit, yeah, I want to go mess with them. Like that's how it goes. When you're in food, when you're doing food, you should be showing, instead of taking a picture of the damn whatever it is, the cheeseburger, whatever it is, show how you made it. You know what I'm saying? Show the process of it so they can get connected to it and be like, oh, okay, yeah, that looked good at the end. And then they're gonna be like, yeah, I want to go there. That's how you do it. And these places, man, there've been look little corner stores just jumping off, man, from just showing how they made a sandwich, and people are showing up to these corner stores, lines out the door. They've got a little business lines out the door because of a TikTok. You know what I mean? And you can reach a lot of people. You know what I mean? And I think my highest viewed video is like 95,000 right now. Like that little old me, just talking some shit on about some foo-foo. You know what I mean? Some dumb shit, but it drew an engagement. It got people to watch, and that's my highest video. Now, if I was selling something, like say if I was like if I had some like a food thing or something like that, and I was selling something, you know how many people would be like, "Yo, where are you at in that area?" Oh, okay, they're gonna come shop. I mean, so I just you got to be more active if you want to compete nowadays. I mean, Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber. I think he has like 200 million subscribers or something like that. Maybe even over by now, but he's like the biggest YouTuber, right? And he just launched like the highest selling like chocolate bar. He opened a cheeseburger restaurant. Well, cheeseburger restaurant. He opened a burger joint pretty much, and had 100,000 people there like the first day, and ran out of food and was giving the people $100 bills. I'm like, yo, this he's a social media influence. He built it from the bottom. I mean, that's different, but it's just that's where things are going. I seen something to say that all the traditional brands in like another 30 years are just going to be out. They're going to be out of business because the influences are coming in and people are trusting them and buying from them. They're building a solid foundation of people that follow them, and they're given to them, and they're putting trust in them, and they're involving them in the process, and these people are buying from them. It's just like the Kardashians, with the makeup thing. And that was some of his points. What he was saying was the Kardashian, the Mr. Beast. There's just different influencers that have things that people are following, and those are going to be the brands that push it years to come. So it's like they know that social media is the power at this point. That's where you need to be putting a lot of your effort if you're in the business and in the creating. You need to be putting your efforts towards social media right now, because that's where the eye is. That's where everybody's attention is. You know. Um, yeah, so I hate to be the guy to have to beat up on the small businesses, but somebody has to. Somebody has to critique them. And this is, like I said, I put myself in that same category there. Like I critique myself at the same time, and I'm like, all right, I got to step my shit up. I mean, that's all the way around. I got to step it up. I mean, it got comfortable for the longest, you know. Competitive. So you have to remain consistent, innovative, and competitive. Yeah, for sure. Especially in the restaurant industry. The restaurant industry is not, that shit is no joke. It is no joke. You literally have to be like you're competing with other people selling food. McDonald's. There's two McDonald's here in town. They're the highest like selling food thing in like the world. I mean, you have to be able to compete. I mean, you're coming in trying to compete with that. Like just take that and you get, and this is my problem too, right? So I know people, a lot of people don't take this position a lot. I'm not the big corp. I understand in certain situations they take advantage of things, but I that somebody built that business up. I mean, you can't fault them for that. I mean, yeah, there were some people that were, brought into money and just, yeah, decided to open up something and whatever the case is. But then there's some of those businesses that were built from the ground up. And it's like, how do you, if that was me, if I was to build something from the ground up, right? And it turned into a multi-billion dollar whatever. I'm it's still me. Like it's you can't just be like, oh, big corp and da 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 da. No, man, they have it. This is America where money talks. If you got the money, you got to put it up. And when you put that money up, you taking a risk. You taking a risk to go against everybody else who's in that same field as you. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I got to be the one to beat up on a small business a little bit, but we need to get some fire under our ass and stop just opening up businesses just to open them up because you know that you can. No, once you go through the process of working for, you know what I mean? Like I understand like you might know how to cook and there might have some good ideas, but you can't just open up a restaurant. You need to know what goes into opening up a restaurant. I mean, you can't just because you know how to cook doesn't mean you can do these things, you know? You should be you should working for those type of places and every position in those places, see how they order food, see how they you know you need to know the ins and out of the business. My cousin Brian, that owns t-shirts, etc., he didn't just pick up a t-shirt thing and was like, yeah, I know how to print it and open it up. No, he ran that business for a while and was doing things, understanding how the business worked. And then when he was able to get out on his own, he got out on his own. You know what I mean? Like he went through the process first of learning the business, not just learning how to print t-shirts and fold them up and put them in a box. No, there's more to the business than that. Um, yeah, nephew. Yeah, I was talking about the Sweet Betties in Leroy, them shutting down. They say nobody wants to cook. I mean, you know, I don't that can't be just the only problem. That makes no sense. You could up the price on you can pay somebody a little more and just cut into your profits. Just pay somebody a little more and keep the business running. I mean, slow money is better than no money. So you telling me that you're having that much, you know that you can't get no cook and it's been over a year and I don't know if y'all want to pay. I don't know if y'all want to pay. And I'm shit. I shouldn't be just assuming, but I guess I got to stop that. But something don't seem right. It don't seem right. Just a few staffing issues and yeah. We got to do better, man. Like, there's a lot of damn, we got to come up with like good ideas, stuff that we don't have here. You got to have my sister-in-law said, be innovative, man. Like every now and then, all I see now is they did pop up with another goddamn thrift store. I mean, I'm tired of these damn secondhand stores, man. Who's buying this shit? Who's buying this shit? I ain't been to a damn thrift store and not to say, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know who's shopping at these places and people are actually putting their money in. And you know what? I see that one girl doing real good, and then there's my boy Chuck. They move some bulk shit. That's different. Like they actually do it in a little bulk, and some of these little stores I be seeing is a little different. I ain't trying to knock nobody's stuff, man. And I don't want to be doing that. Just this is just what I'm seeing with my eyes. It's just a lot of thrift stores, secondhand shit. I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. Y'all getting some weird ideas. You know? So I guess I'll leave them alone for now. Leave them alone for now. I'm feeling good today. It's Friday. Got my coffee ain't been right. They ain't have my creamer. Here's my 7-Eleven promo. Mm. All right. What's going on? What else is going on? All my algorithm has been is Kanye for the past goddamn week. All it's been is Kanye. That whole situation is out of control. Said any plans for the weekend? No. No, no, I just been flying day by day. Honestly, I really ain't been making too much plans. I got too much to take care of right now, so I'm probably just chilling. the The construction on Harvester is the worst. They're doing the pavement right now. I almost was late coming on here because I had to drive all the way around because there was no entrance. I parked across the street. I knew it. It was stupid shit. Whatever. Um yeah, yeah, that's right, Joe. That's right. You said small business, what incentives are you offering their employees? No, you're right. You're right. You know, I myself had to look at the same thing. I had to look at it and be like, I work different than everybody else. So, like, I be about business. So I be there and I be like doing my thing, boom, 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 busting the shit out and gone, right? But I got to think of like, all right, the fellas, like, all right, let me make sure everybody comfortable here. Like, so I'm like, now I'm breaking into the point, like, all right, I'm about to get a TV. Got to do the TV thing and the PS4 thing. But then I'm like, I start worrying about the kids. I'm like, man, I hope the kids don't tear my shit up, man. Cause, I love the kids. Just to it be the parents, man. The parents, they just can never, they can, there's some parents are good, but some parents, man, they don't parent right, man. And I hate to like say it like that, but you shouldn't have your kids like playing with like people's furniture and like shit like that, you know? Like, and if I have a PS4 in there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, but it's like whatever, I'm just gonna have to speak up and like be like the mean grumpy old guy. But like, you have a PS4 in there, and I'm like maybe like say we have a controller on the stand there, right? And somebody's in there getting their son's haircut, but then they got a little 3-year old that's just kind of running around. Now the 3-year old is going to grab the thing and they're going to be like, oh, just be careful. And it's like, wait, no, be careful. No, it's a PS4 controller. These aren't cheap. You got a 3-year old that knows nothing about this. Don't touch it. Right? That's how it should be. But no, they'll let them go and just tear my shit up, and it just drives me nuts. I mean, that's not how I don't let my kid run around in businesses all over the damn floor with hair all over it and shit, and just rolling around, just doing whatever they want, touching shit. You don't do that, man. That's not, you know, what the hell? Said put a PS1 in. I would never do that. I couldn't even be able to play that damn blocky looking thing. It probably look all blocky. You said they're afraid of being mean. Yeah, I don't, Haven, you know what? I don't even know if it's afraid. I think it's just a lot of people not knowing any better. I mean, they just don't know any better. There's just a lack of common sense when it comes to some of that parenting, man. There's some people that just never were taught the right way, so they don't follow those same rules. You said Ma used to give us the before we go in the store talk. Yeah, no, for real, man. We used to that's 100% true. My mom used to be like, "Yo, listen, before we go in the store, don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing." Right? Because the shit ain't yours. We wasn't going in there to buy nothing for us. We would be going in the store to get something. Don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing. I mean, and there'll be people who probably sit back and be like, "Oh, they're kids, they're gonna," but no, you know better. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm telling you right now, you know better. When I was a kid, I knew better. I knew who I could test. I knew who I couldn't, especially at those younger ages. And I knew who I could test. My son is he is a good kid. He knows. I mean, he could be a little asshole sometimes, but he knows. Because I used to at a real young age, I used to be like, "Hey," raise my voice, and he'd be like, he knows the deal. So I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, I mean, you have to remind them of their manners. You have to remind them of their manners, man. They're kids. They don't know no better. So you have, and then the problem is that the parent is usually a little lazy. It's a little laziness. They don't want to keep up on it. They want to just sit the kid down and go on their phone. That's exactly what they do. They come in the shop, hey, you cut the kid's hair, and then the other little 3-year-old goes running around. And they're like this, like, yo, what? Like somebody trying to take some money out my account. What the fuck? I was looking at my damn Cash App. I don't know. That shit like somebody tried to take $49.99 out my Cash App. I don't know what that's for. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I got to figure that out. Man. So yeah, I like that. Pretty much like what I was getting to with that is I do have to step it up myself. Um and I want to do stuff like that. That y'all just make it, some of the general public makes it tough to do stuff like that and want to do nice things. And I want to have nice shit, but people they just tear your shit up. They tear it up. Excuse my language. I said I was gonna, so I was gonna work on that. Yeah. So yeah, the Kanye situation is just, I don't know if y'all have seen the interview. They actually pulled the interview. It was an interview he did on Drink Champs with Nori and DJ EFM. This huge hip hop platform, probably like the number one hip hop platform. Kanye went on and did an interview and got a lot of backlash from it. They ended up stripping it down. It's still up though. The damn thing is a 3-hour interview. It's still up, and like other pages pulled it on YouTube, and it's still there on other pages. But the Revolt, which Drink Champs is on, had to pull the episode. But the main thing was the George Floyd thing, him saying that he died of fentanyl, and which I don't agree with that. That is a big thing for me. I feel like he definitely should have watched what he said when it come to that. But he's listening to that damn Candace Owens, and he's been listening to that Candace Owens, and for whatever reason, see what all this is it's a response to him being a billionaire and still experiencing racism, right? He's just losing his damn mind because he's like, hey, why aren't they still accepting me? Like, what's going on? I'm a billionaire. I'm like the biggest influencer. I'm this, I'm that. What's going on? All this is a response to it. And he got on there and he pretty much he said the George Floyd thing, which he was just out of pocket with that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, the rest of most of the stuff that he was saying was true about the Jewish community. Um and it's such a sore subject because it's a lot, because they will strip your platform, they will strip everything and say that you're talking anti-Semitic. And the problem with that is just it's a free speech that's coming into play here, is that he can't just say what he sees. You know what I mean? Like, he's saying what he's seen. And this is what we all see. And most of the hip hop people and people in entertainment and things like that, they all see the same thing. It's just that they're not allowed to say anything. There's always been that whole conspiracy of the secret society thing and this and that and the devil. And there is some truth to some of that stuff. It's just not as far-fetched, I think, in some cases, but there is some truth to some of that stuff, to where there are billionaires out there that are into some wacko stuff. And it seems to be a lot of the billionaires that are in the entertainment industry, music industry, all of that, and the ones that seem to be owning everything are those Jews. There are Jewish people in control of like almost everything in the entertainment industry, in the music industry. So what he's saying isn't wrong. Like, he's just letting you know this, they're in control of everything. They're exploiting black people too. And this is another thing. There was a Leor Cohen, He's a music exec for hip hop, big one. If you know hip hop, you know him. And he was on the Breakfast Club, maybe a year or two ago, and Charlemagne pretty much put him under fire a little bit, like, so hey, so don't you kind of exploit, the stuff, the pain in hip hop, the murder and the killing, the drugs, and he damn near said like, well, yeah, but somebody's got to. Like, wait, what? I mean, it was like, wait a second. What do you mean? I mean, and that's not quote for quote, but it was damn near that. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was pretty much like, yeah, I mean, somebody's got to. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Yeah, this is a whole nother thing. Um, a lot of it though, we're not looking at it like from a thing as like there's actually people in charge that can control whether or not we put this music out to our people, and like we're part of that problem too, like consuming that music too, and saying that it's okay, because there is, I hate to be the old dude when it comes to that kind of thing, but there is some of that music that does have a negative effect on you. Like that's just the God's honest truth. I mean, if all you hear is nigga, bitch, hoe, I'm gonna kill this nigga and take these drugs, I mean, what else are you supposed to experience? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now, as a grown up, yeah, you should be able to disassociate yourself from that kind of thing and be like, all right. And as a grown up, I still feel like it's a little weird to kind of still, you listening to 21-year-olds talk about some shit that I don't know why you would care about, but whatever. I mean, there's still some songs that I bump with this kind of new, but I really don't do all the, I call it the shoot 'em up bang bang. I don't do all that stuff, man. I listen to music that makes me feel good, that kind of touches the soul. I don't really, and that's just what I've been gravitating towards lately. Like just years, for years now. For years now. I hardly listen to a lot of strong hip hop. I mean, I have my times now. I might have a few drinks in me or something like that and be feeling good, you know what I mean? And go on my I call it the shoot 'em up bang bang. I do that, but every now and then. And that's just usually the older stuff, that I'm pretty much already attached to. But other than that, man, I'm listening to stuff, they using lyrics like you'll be fine and stuff like that. And just positive shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to hear no negative shit. I ain't got no time for all that. And it doesn't even give me a nice vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't even give me a nice vibe. I want a nice vibe, something to make me feel good, man. And I don't want to hear shoot 'em up, bang bang. I don't want to kill nobody. Fuck that. But yeah, that whole Kanye thing, he spoke about that kind of stuff in the interview, the first interview with Drink Champs, where he was talking about the low vibrational music and the 808s that they use, and the 808s are a bass and kick drum, that boom boom, that shit that hits in the song. um he talked about that, and the lyrics that come with that stuff and how it hits, and it is a low vibrational stuff, it really is. And that's why I'm not even drawn to that shit now. I've been just on, y'all wouldn't even believe the type of shit I listen to when it's just me, you know what I mean, or whenever, just, you know what I mean, you wouldn't even believe the type of shit I listen. You be like, yo, Brandon, you listen to this? Yeah, because the shit makes me feel good. The shit is a nice little vibe. I'm not looking to pick everything apart and be looking, trying to be hard and get my ego. Nah, I'm good, man. I want to feel good. I want to listen to some shit that is going to tell me that I'm going to be fine, right? I want some shit that tells me I'm going to be okay. If I'm not feeling great, I want some shit that tells me I'm going to be okay. I don't want to go to no shit that's going to tell me to kill somebody and take some drugs. Fuck kind of shit is that? Then you got the music now where they damn near depressed in the songs, talking about how they want to kill themselves and take drugs. And somebody's supposed to not be feeling good and go listen to that. And then what you think that's gonna do? I mean, it's just, this is it's 2 plus 2 right here. It's 2 plus 2. But there, the one thing that I've been peeping with this whole Kanye situation is, um, everybody is quiet about the whole Jewish stuff. They're putting a lot of emphasis on the George Floyd. Like, if you see other people, like, there was 50 Cent that was talking about Kanye situation. There was just different people, and they only talked about the George Floyd stuff. They very rarely brought up the Jewish stuff because nobody even wants to touch on that, because they know the deal. As soon as you start touching on that, your ass is pulled. It's a wrap for you. Nick Cannon, they showed Nick Cannon, they brought two rabbis to Nick Cannon's ass. They say, "Oh, here, little Negro, we're gonna sit you down right here." Nick Cannon started talking that we original Jews stuff, and they brought some rabbis to Nick Cannon and was like, "Here, buddy, let me show you something." And Nick Cannon took that turban off, and they gave that nigga a suit, whip you right away, or whip you right away. Because I mean, and I'm not even gonna get that deep right now, but it is, what he was saying is a real thing. The black people in America are the real Jews. There's 12 lost tribes, and I hate it's not conspiracy. This is like proven, like people went back and like done the research. It's just not. So like the Jewish, the Jewish community, they the Muslims, the Farrakhan and them been challenging them to come sit down for the longest and say, "Hey, you bring your most studied, and then we can come, and then we're gonna show you what's what." And they will never take it. They will never take it because it is proven. It's proven. They've done the research, and it's a far fetched thing for people to grasp. That's why I ain't even going to touch on it no more. But yeah, so. And that's what I tell people all the time. You can't tell me I'm being anti-Semitic. I'm Jewish. Jewish is just a religion. Shit. Y'all act like it's a race. It's a religion. I'm Jewish. So I can't be anti-Semitic. And that's what Kanye's saying. See how that works? But the family of George Floyd is suing Kanye for 250 million. I think they're going after Nori now. I seen something come out. They're coming after Nori. They're going after, I think, Diddy for on Revolt, the actual, who put the interview out. So they coming. They gonna get their check. They gonna get their check. Um, part of me doesn't like it though. Part of me doesn't like it because they was doing a lot of. At first, they were doing a lot of forgiving. The George Floyd family was doing a lot of forgiving at the time. Oh, we forgive these officers. We forgive and do. Like, wait, what? What? You forgiven? Like, they did a lot of forgiving at first. And now, boy, as soon as a black person, they got some money, say one, and it's like, and I understand what he said was not cool, but you have to understand somebody who is under a mental health crisis. This dude is in a mental health crisis right now. And you gonna sue him for $250 million after he already done gave y'all millions? Kanye gave a few million to them people, man. And this dude is in a mental health crisis, and you gonna go ahead and sue him? I mean, it is as clear as day that this man got something going on. When I watched that interview, his thoughts are so jumbled up in his head. I was like, oh yeah, he is definitely in an episode. Like, he is having an episode. But this is the thing, right? In those episodes, you can still see. This is the thing, right? So if you're wondering why I have a background in mental health as far as working with it, right? So I worked at a assisted living facility that had a ton of people that had a ton of psych problems. Some of them shouldn't even have been there. It was just placing for that time, whatever the case is. And I've worked not hand in hand, but directly with the doctors. I'm talking to the point of where, that the Dr. Tony out at mental health out there, I can call him up and say, "Hey, Dr. Tony, the medicine that you put this resident on, the 0.5 of Ativan that you've upped him in, he's been sleeping more, he's been doing this, he's been doing that. I feel like we should maybe put him back to what he was on before. And Dr. Tony said, oh, okay, yeah, boom, and write the script, and that's what it is. So I know, I've worked with mental health people. I know the patterns. I've seen people off in their episode. I understand. Oh, I worked tight with doctors and keeping eyes on these people and understanding what mental health is. So I know exactly what that shit is. So when I look at Kanye, that dude is in a mental health crisis. He can't even, his thoughts are so jumbled up. He's just throwing shit out there at you. Now, in some of that stuff, it's true. He's real talk in some of that stuff, but some of that stuff is just bow out there. And that George Floyd stuff, I feel like was one of those moments. You know what I mean? Now I've sat there and I've had real conversations with some of these people that are paranoid schizophrenic. They have real conversations with you. It's just some of that shit will jump out on you. You know what I mean? Like they can be just sitting here talking regular to you for a second and then be like, hey man, you see that fly by? You like, no, I didn't see it fly by, but whatever, keep talking. And then I mean, that's the type of conversations and shit that, you know what I mean? Because I love to pick they brains because I want to know how they think and I used to talk to them all the time. So I have a ton of experience. I mean, especially working them overnights, I would sit there and talk to some of them people for hours, man, picking their brain apart, why they think the way they think. Be like, yo, well, why do what is you seeing? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, when you see that, like, how does it go away? I mean, I used to be talking to them, you know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me I don't know nothing about no goddamn mental health. I worked with that shit for years, man. I see it all in Kanye, and these people suing him under while he in the episode. He having an episode, and he shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have did it. But I don't know how this is going to turn out, because they can actually start coming after, like they can knock on everybody's door that he's involved with. So they can go to Balenciaga, they can go to Adidas, they're gonna Kanye, they're gonna go, he's got other stuff. I mean, so much more, and they're gonna knock on everybody's door and be like, yo, they hand out, and they gonna settle. They about to get a fat check off this shit. They're about to get a fat check off of it. It's insane. Haven, what you doing? I'm gonna invite you on. They about to get a fat check off it though. And like part of me is happy for him, part of me is like, maybe y'all should have went at, the other people harder. But that man is in a mental health crisis right now. And but he was saying some real stuff. I'm talking like he bringing up names that, man, I wish I deleted some of the stuff and whatever on my Facebook, whatever, but there was stuff that I put up about Dr. Claude Anderson, man, and he spitted him out because he would start talking about, oh, we need to vote as a block. And because that's what Dr. Claude Anderson talks about, is voting as a block, as black people get in and get some money and bring an agenda to these politicians and say, hey, this is what we need you to do for us, just like all the rest of the groups do, just like the LBGTQ, just like the Asians. That's what they do, is they get some money and they get some things that they want taken care of, some issues that they have, and they say, hey, look, we need you to put this to the forefront. That's how it goes. And that's how black people need to do. Except for every time it's black people's turn, they come and start doing they start twerking and they put crazy ass people out there and start making rap songs. What up? Hey, I can't hear you. Uh-oh, technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. We'll see what he's doing. Where we at? Been on for like 50 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I was probably rambling for a little bit. I didn't even feel like it's been that long. I was probably rambling for a minute. I've been waiting all week to talk some shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. I ain't even know I've been on for like 50 minutes, man. I was rambling for a minute. I know I
Yeah, you had to get it off your chest. See,
well,
that's what
yeah,
happens when
man.
you let it go
All
more.
that shit, especially the small business thing's been driving me nuts, man. Like, you know, I feel like, man, you know, the effort that's put into it, and as far as like, knowing your competition and knowing the business, man, we ain't doing that now. We just like we listen to somebody on TikTok or Facebook and Instagram being like, you can do it.
Yeah, yeah. And
you know,
everybody opens up something. But yeah, no, yeah, you right though. You definitely have to come up with a plan, and you have to kind of start it out part time and getting
something.
you know
Or if you look at, even that part-time shit, Haven, that shit don't even work like that. I mean, you gotta have a spot to rent. You gonna have to pay rent there. Ain't nobody gonna let you pay no part-time rent,
yeah,
right?
no, absolutely. But I mean in the
That's why
aspect of
that
like
Elay. Go ahead, my bad.
so like even like starting like a clothing line or something. So like you have to start piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Hmm.
start testing out things on your own. Start getting the pieces together and getting your work plan. That's huge. Is a work plan.
Right, right. But
And
that's what's good about that Eli Fish though, Haven.
yeah.
That they giving restaurants a chance to
Hmm.
where
Not
they
being
have
greedy
those little
about it.
spots in there to where they can rent it out at a decent, you know what I'm saying, little price for them, and
Right.
they ain't got
Well,
to worry about it. So that's
and
a
then
good
people
gig
got
that
to
they got
go.
going on.
People are going to their establishment to go do the. You know what I'm saying? So they're still
Right.
going by their what they're selling,
Right.
and it's getting more traffic through there. So yeah, no, it's definitely smart, man. But
Yep.
I mean, even I think it's everybody just wanting to have the end game of the dream. You know what I mean? So they'll put all into getting a storefront and deck it out, and but they missing the whole rest of the business plan.
Yeah. The whole business
And
part about it.
yeah, and so all their money and effort went right into the end state of where you should be. So that people who start up their own companies, like I can only use the clothing line for an example, is they start out piece by piece. You get in the machines, getting the doing small orders, custom
Yep.
orders, and then you move. When you start getting traction, you move into a spot where you can start keeping inventory or a storefront, or
Right. But
it definitely got to
even
take
then
baby
though,
steps.
Haven. Yeah, no, even then though, when you're selling clothes, like you need to first
It's a
off, you
huge
can't just,
market.
yeah, you have to
It's
really
a
start off
competitive
really
market.
small, and then there's got to be there's a nasty leap you got to take,
Yeah.
because you can't be you have there's a way of being small enough to where, all right, you can make some money and do your thing, right? But and not have a lot of inventory. But then there's like that in between to where you don't want to have too much inventory, but then you don't
Hmm.
want to have all of the same stuff because you don't want everybody walking around like with the same thing. And
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
have different colors, different. You see what I'm saying? So there's
Right.
like you
Well,
either
and it's
have
got
to
to be
like
different.
go small or take the leap.
Yep. But it's got to be something different and something that's going to stand out. You know what I mean? Because you're competing, like you said, with big clothing companies. But online is the best way to do it because there's a lot of little hidden, you know, like places, or apps and or platforms where you can sell stuff, even
Well,
secondhand stuff or stuff that's brand new, and
listen,
make
Amazon is like, I know they're big business, but bro, you can literally, so I can go buy some things, right?
Mhm.
And I mean, there's more to the process, I think, as far as like, all right, like paperwork, whatever. But I can go and buy something and have it shipped to Amazon warehouse. All I
Yep.
have to do is get online and buy I can buy 1,000 cases of furniture polish,
Yep.
and I can have it sent to Amazon warehouse and set up online, them selling it and shipping it out for me. And now they take a nice little cut, but
Right.
you ain't doing nothing.
No,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yeah, but listen, there's other things on a smaller level than
Right.
Amazon, and you can do different stuff. So like one thing I didn't know about, but my wife had got me hip to was Poshmark, and like you can go on there and you can basically run your own store.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then Poshmark just does like the shipping agreement, and they ship the labels to you, and all you got to do is just go to the post office and drop stuff off,
Right. Yep.
and but you can actually be you know
But the
successful off of just doing that. And it's not even just secondhand, even new stuff or stuff that you make is, like I said, as long as it's something different and something that catches people, and it's kind of geared towards a certain demographic, you
Right.
know, it can
But
work
even
on
though,
that.
like I said, just the random shit like, furniture piles, whatever the case is, like,
Yeah.
if you got enough money to invest and you're smart enough to find some deals online to where you're able to profit a nice amount, a decent amount
Yeah.
without doing anything is the key. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now, like, it's cool. Like you should, you know, you have to put a little work in and do, get the packages delivered, whatever the case is, right? Get them to
Mm.
the mail or whatever. But like when you do that Amazon thing, you literally have to do nothing. Like you're clicking and having it shipped there, and whoever orders, they're shipping it from there, and they're taking a little percentage, a little bit, definitely a lot more than
Right.
the norm. But I look at it like this: if I put 20,000 up and I'm making say 8,000, I'm fine. 7,000, I'm fine. Like
Right.
everybody feels like you have to just double your money. Like I put 20,000 up, didn't have to do a thing, and I made 8 grand. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
See what
No.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Everybody
But
feels like, oh, if I put 20 grand up, I got to make 35, 40, 45. No, no, no. That's not how it works.
yeah. No. I mean, there's definitely different ways. You know. So breaking into the whole social media thing, everything is online now. So
Yeah,
and
yeah.
but the good thing about it though is there's 100 different ways to make money though.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So anybody screaming broke, you know what I mean, ain't showing initiative or ain't grinding as hard as they can, because you can literally do anything. You know what I mean? It's there's so many different platforms to make
Yeah.
money.
But you have to, like with that being said in the same sentences, there's more competition. You know what I mean? There's just more
Yeah,
people doing that, because they know they can do it.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, you said you haven't seen that Kanye?
I haven't seen the interview, so like me in my brain, because I'm on TikTok or whatever, and I'm looking through, I'm seeing snippets of it, and I'm thinking like Nori's releasing it, and I'm looking on, my little app for it to come up,
Uh,
and it hasn't came up, so I just figured in my head that it just Nori hasn't put it out yet, and they're waiting and kind of
man, they
building the
strip. I
suspense.
knew. I text E while I was watching it. I knew that I'm saying to myself like, oh, they about to take this down. I'm like, it's being taken down. Like after like hour and a half in it, it's being
Yeah,
taken down. But I
you know,
text E in the beginning. I'm like, yo, E, they about to kill this dude
yeah.
because if
I mean,
it's that
from the
going
clips
in.
that I've seen, though, I don't know what stance you have on Kanye. I agree. Obviously we worked with mental health for many years.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I do think he's in that episode state, but also it's even Candace Owens, like that stuff that's backed by a different agenda. You know what I mean? And like
He he
I
does
can't
things out
stand the
of.
fact. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say he does things for shock value. Some
Right.
of it is some of it is shock value. Some of it is catering towards all the crowd so I can get everybody to listen to me, right? Because
Yeah.
that's what he did with the White Lives Matter, right? I definitely know that's not like because even on there he goes, you know, my wife is white, my kids got white in them, white lives, and he did a little rant, but he was very black in his rants.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and he had said that him and Diddy sat down with Farrakhan before that interview. So I said, nope, he he knows better.
Yeah.
His
No, he
thing
does.
is this is the way to get everybody to listen. This is why we're talking about him right now. This is why
But
you
if
seen on
you
TikTok was
right,
him, is
but if
because he
you
didn't
look
even
at
talk
it,
about
it's double sided, right? So
it.
Candace Owens is dropping her documentary about George Floyd. So
Yep.
they're going to go and with him saying that he died from the fentanyl, and I've been watching stuff on it and looking into it, and he definitely didn't die from the fentanyl. It didn't show that at all. It showed he had it in
Yeah,
his
he's
system,
wrong.
but he
He's
didn't
dumb when it
die
comes to that.
from it. But she's promoting her shit, so the shock value, and with Kanye doing and everybody talking about it, now they have to go see the Candace Owens documentary along
Right.
with his shock value that he gets to bring, because it
It's
always helps him.
well, yeah,
But
it's always
I don't
something.
think it is this time though, because what he's doing is minimizing a huge deal. And if you remember, from that alone sparked our movement. That
Right.
sparked.
Well, look, Haven now. to be honest, this is why it's so funny, because everybody's blowing Haven. It was one sentence out of 3 hours.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and to anybody that was a grown up watching him, you're like, this man is a little cuckoo.
Yep. And
So
he actually does get that pass on
So
those
I mean,
things,
come
but
on,
still,
though. You know what I'm saying? So
it's the
like, if
sensitivity
he's
though.
off his rocker Haven, and it's not that he didn't even lay into that whole. It's not like there was a segment about it, Haven. There
Right.
was not a segment about it. It was one sentence. One
Yep.
sentence. He said, and George Floyd didn't die of the thing of the
Yeah.
he
But
died with
see,
fentanyl in the system, and it wasn't a blah blah blah. And he did a quick explanation, and it was like moved on. Now
absolutely.
it still was terrible. Like I was like, oh, when he was saying, I'm like, oh, this
Yeah,
nigga's
yeah,
wilding right
cringeworthy.
now.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna watch it after we get done. But
yeah, no,
see,
you have to, because it's deep too. Like he gets really talking about, like the Jewish community, that taking advantage of some of the kids in the rap game, and promoting the killing and the violence, and if that was on the other foot, it'd be a different thing. If there was a ton of black people that were in control of music and the entertainment industry, and they had a bunch of Jewish people signed to them, and they were promoting music that they were putting out that was killing each other and doing drugs with each other and all this negative stuff, it would be a whole different conversation.
all right, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just think about it like that, and think about it with any other group, even if it wasn't Jew. Just think about it like if it was white people that had, or say if it was like Italians that had a bunch, they were signed, they had a bunch of Chinese people signed to them, and they were promoting their negative shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
They would look so strange. But when it happens with black people, or they're like, well, it's just the norm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy
crazy,
as
man.
fuck.
Yeah, but it's like I said, the dude is, people are sensitive, and then you got to understand is that people are looking for a story too. So if he says something way outlandish, somebody is like, "Yo, I got my story." You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're gonna blow it up, and they're gonna keep
Yeah,
it on
shock
that.
value.
Yeah,
It's all shock value. That's what the internet is about. It's all shock value. It's like you need to be able to be the top trending thing. It needs to be a controversy.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
If there's
everything.
no controversy, then you're just gonna have to sit back and do your thing, and build like that. But
yeah, I won't take part. That's why I stay in the house. I
Yeah,
won't take
yeah.
part.
What you got going on this weekend?
Shit, same thing with you. I'm gonna sit home and try to stay warm.
Yeah, I don't think I gotta give all my money away. I think I don't know. I gotta figure out what I got going on. But I think that's what I gotta do. Yeah.
Just next week is the fight, so you know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I gotta figure out what day that is. What day is that?
It's the 29th. I think it's
The Friday? Saturday?
Saturday, I think.
Ooh, I don't know. I have to see.
Yeah.
Watch it. All right. Yeah, I'll holler at you.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right. Yep. Be easy. All right, y'all. Hey, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube WNY585 network. I need some more subscribers on there. I got to get my subscribers up. Go follow me on Facebook, WNY585 network, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys go like the barbershop page, Royals Barbershop. I think I need like 2-3 more likes to hit 2,000. So please go and like Royals Barbershop. If you guys are looking to get in for a haircut today, we probably got some time. Some of the barbers will be able to get you in. So just make sure you hit us up. Either call us or schedule online, or send a message to any one of the guys. Other than that, I mean, I'll see y'all next Friday. Y'all take it easy. Have a good weekend. Peace.